Keep your friends close, and your enemies closer. This was an adage that Prometheus knew. Though in Knockstock's case, he did not necessarily see him as an enemy. He saw him more as a problem that needed to be managed and reformed and taught how to deal with proper society. The society he was making. He did not believe in their eradication. He felt that goblins could do things that the other races couldn't. But it might take many generations for them to not live in garbage dumps or set fire to random people. But he wasn't going to give up on Knock Knock or his people. They were his people now, in his lands. Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, with me, Boldish McGammar. It's been some time since I've done this, but you will definitely notice a marked increase in my loading speed. So, let's get on with that. First and foremost, we have another matter to deal with. Let's get Ragangar on that. He can deal with this no problem. Won't take him too long. 55% odds. Not the best, not the worst. Okay. So what was I doing again? Right, I need to do upgrades. Yeah, here we go. Silver Shield Fortress. I did say I'd do this. This says no special effect. I look forward to what I can do in the future. I can afford it. Let's get going. We're waiting for other projects to get done right now, too. So, this isn't too big of a deal. Okay. Any other events? Mendev Crusaders. We could put Jaethal on this, but she has, like, no odds of success. This isn't going away until Desnus. We're in Gosrin. We're good. We can wait for somebody who's better at it than Jaethal for that. So, we should do more region upgrades. I could do Guard Headquarters, but I want to do Bronze Shield Fortress. We can afford it. It's good. But I should probably drop a quick save. And we go. Alright, how we do? Good. We won the mental dexterity. We really need those points of espionage. Redemption failed, but that's okay. Alright, we can't fail that much. We can't fail that much. Yeah, look at these load times. Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing. Alright, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's a lot better. That's much better. Okay, so we save again. What we got going on? Restoration of the Road of Shields. So by getting those other region upgrades, we can now do this region upgrade. This is very expensive. But if I get this done now, maybe that extra 5 BP a week will be worth it. Plus, look at all these region stats. The relations and stability are going to be huge. Do I keep Keston locked up on this forever, though? No, Jubilos is the one who's furthest ahead in terms of my upgrades. So I should probably get Jubilos started on this. Yeah, it's expensive. I can. This is worth it. 80,000 gold. Yeah, let's get you going. Okay. So, he's still busy. Trail of Daring Lork. We need somebody to get on this. You have bad odds, but you know what we need with stability upgrades. So I'm going to spend a coin. Did I spend 2 coins? I have a lot. Yeah, let's go 2 coins. And good neighbors. Jaethal can do this. And the odds aren't bad. You can do that. And that can sit there for a bit. What else can I do while I'm waiting? How are we doing on curse research? 5 days. 4 days. Okay, so if I do one more region upgrade kind of deal, we'll be good. I can't quite fit a rank up in there. Can't quite fit a rank up in there, but a region upgrade would be wonderful. Can I do a region upgrade right now that I feel like doing? Horse Breeding Center sounds nice. Russell's Holding Place. He's busy. This doesn't sound good. Good neighbors. Solve any problem in region. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do this. Lindsay, help me out with that. We're a little bit short on funds. That's okay. We'll just buy 100 more. Why not? We have gold. Let's use it. Yeah, this region upgrade seems good. One more quick save. I'm worried. Okay, ugh. No, we cannot suffer all that. Suppression of the rebel has failed, but Davor was killed in one of the clashes. Without a leader, a rebellion has spread to neighboring regions. Ugh. Yeah, I can't have that fail. I can't have that fail. Those stats are too important to me. Too important to me. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Rebellion was fast and bloodless. That's unusual for Gungar, but here we are. Common folk to be left unharmed. They were only the pawns. Local population hardly suffered. Bandits were swiftly punished. Good. Good. Nature curses Armagh. Yeah, we kind of already saw how this one worked out. And, the Vorticai curse. Yeah, that was all due to Abaddon's artifact. We destroyed it, though. Glad we were able to learn something from a destroyed artifact. Okay, what we got now? Loads of problems. Okay, red light. You're busy. You're busy, so you can work on this. You're pretty good at it. Giants. Tristan can deal with that. War of the Shadows, only Ekin can deal with that, and his odds are low. Spend a coin on it. Top secret. Arcanist is offering newest magical ciphers. That would be pretty good. Storyteller can do that. Sea Dragons. Only Ragungar can do that. Hellknights have arrived at the castle. Huh, okay. But we gotta deal with the Crusaders. I would really like this to succeed. Okay, you do that. Everybody get busy. Get to work. Okay, this will take some time. This will take some time. We got a couple of days for this. We gotta wait until 6 months. Yeah, okay, we got plenty of time to deal with Sea Dragons. Hellknights. Oh boy, and we can support more problems. Everybody wants to get an upgrade, but I don't have time for that. Those region upgrades were important. So, let's go to the throne room and see what these Hellknights have to say. The Order of the Rock welcomes you, King. The black-skinned woman slightly bows her carefully shaved head. My name is Linja. I come from the distant lands of Cheliax in search of a dangerous criminal who is hiding in your barony. Wait, is this the iconic Hell Knight? Wow, we're meeting all sorts of iconics. Maybe she'll become a party member. She stands tall and almost motionless. Her reflected torchlight dances on the surface of her polished black armor in the depths of her watchful black eyes. I am glad we have met, and I believe the rule of law in your kingdom is not just empty phrases. I hope for the cooperation from your subjects and you personally. Contrary to her words, Lynchia's face does not express any gladness. The corner of her mouth twitches slightly, betraying carefully concealed discontent. Who is the fugitive you're looking for? A dangerous pirate, a murderer, and a rebel named Darwin the Dashing Fairwood. He was found guilty in inciting a rebellion and murdering a noble lord in Cheliax. The law of my order is unwavering. The punishment for such crimes is death. Darwin's rebellions took place in Cheliax 3 years ago. The Order of the Rack quickly suppressed it, and participants were jailed and the instigators quartered. But their leader Darwin managed to escape. I have followed his trail for a long time, and now it has led me here. Tell me about the Order of the Rack. We are the Hell Knights. We guard law and order. Legitimate authorities can rely on us entirely. Criminals tremble when they hear our footsteps. The Order of the Rack is a union of knights of Cheliax, led by hatred of idleness, worthless philosophy, and useless knowledge. Indulgence leads to lawlessness and insurrection. We seek out any manifestations of dissent and burn them, be they books, scientific treatises, or those who create them. Lynch sizes you up. It is in your best interest to maintain friendly relations with us. Trust me, King. Let's see. Your action in Chile actually not concern me, but while you're on my land, I demand you refrain from such extreme measures. Or we could say that catching criminals is one thing, but burning books is too much! Yeah, even evil knowledge should be cataloged. Because that way you know how to stop the evil. We'll say the first. We do not burn all books, only those that can harm society and place dangerous thoughts on weak-willed minds. It is better to burn a book today than quarter its reader tomorrow. For a moment, Lynch stares at you with intense look, but then blinks as if suddenly relaxed. We stand on the side of legitimate authority. You need not be afraid, King. Can I help you with your investigation? The shadow of a smile crosses Lynch's face. I and my knights are perfectly capable of finding and eliminating one criminal. Your help is unnecessary. If you want to help, do not interfere. I authorize you to conduct your investigation within my kingdom. If you're looking for a criminal, then I don't want to be known for housing a criminal. Thank you, King. Your goodwill means a lot to us. Oh, more? Ah, artisans, right. Yep, thank you. A terror bringer. Thank you. Keep at it. One day you'll bring me something great. More artisans. You again. Vein finder. Respect our deal. More free magic items. Okay. So, deal with the devil. Conclusion of the language's investigation. Okay.
All according to
Let's take a brief step outside the throne room. It has been about a month since we left. Looks like the loading times aren't all completely gone. But still better. What did you be, Darwin? Speak or I'll skin you alive. I don't know. I don't know anything, I swear. I never heard the name before. Please don't beat me anymore. What? Stop this immediately. I didn't give you permission to beat my subjects. It seems I was right in my suspicion. The rule of law in these lands is just a bunch of empty words, worth no more than a wooden coin. It's not surprising, seeing their ruler's weak will. Just because I don't beat my subjects up doesn't mean I'm weak. You may continue your investigation, but use humane methods while you do. Lynch's face remains emotionless, but her voice shakes as a barely hidden contempt. Thank you, but I must refuse. I despise weak authorities. It is a blessing that such rulers rarely cling to the throne for very long. If a gaze could incinerate, there would be a handful of smoldering ash right where you stand. Hellknights, we're leaving. We'll continue our investigation somewhere else. Don't get in the way of the Order of the Rack, King. This is my final warning. I should have thrown them out of my lands. Wait for the development. What other developments can we expect?
in due time.
Back to the table, because there's more things to do. Yep, we surely dealt with some Hellknights, and Linja is terrorizing our people. Great. So what else we got? Asking around about Darwin. Less aggression, good. We still have to deal with that. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? Let's spend another week. I think we're still waiting on the, I think we're also still waiting on the hill, yeah? Yeah, 31 days. Okay, so I gotta make sure I spend time slowly. Spend time real slowly. Speaking of spending time slowly, how's this going over here? Teleportation circle and a watchtower. You know what, we should probably build an aviary over here as well. If I can. No, I think I need to upgrade the building first. At least we have a teleportation circle. Okay, so another thing I can spend a week on. Everybody's busy, except for you. You know what, we can do this. We can finally build Erastil's holy place. I think that'll be a good use of time. We save anyway, just to be sure. Now we proceed. Ancient curse is upon us. Okay. Trail of the Daring Lurk. We brought in some foreign thrill seekers who joined the local adventurers. Your chance of success increased, and all the treasure was returned will donate a potion of the shares to the treasury. Neat! Well done! Well done, Keston. We are some good neighbors. Got some good culture out of that. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good result. Lindsay wants to talk. What about? Alright. Do we have anybody who can do this now? Keston can do this. Keston can do this. His odds aren't great. But you know what? He needs the points. And the only way he's going to get the points is if I keep on getting the points. So he needs to try, even though his odds aren't the best. Alright, so Lindsay wants to talk, huh? Alright, what do you want, girl?
Bad news. We heard about the visitors who've been spreading unfavorable rumors about your kingdom, as if Goldgrove is a stronghold of barbarism and feeble-mindedness, where people of arts are rare and endangered. Our artists are alleged by these rumors and considered our least valuable citizens. Such rumors can't but affect our reputation. I'm afraid you'll have to entrust one of your advisors with this matter. Antique Vendor told me that the Order of the Prisms has been spreading nasty rumors. They're one of the branches of Shellen's church. She scratched her chin thoughtfully. Here's what I've been thinking. A couple weeks ago, I saw Valerie tear up some letter. She was so terribly angry, just like she was back when your former mentor came for her. Anyway, I didn't ask her about it. That would just be more trouble than it's worth. But you could probably go and ask her and find out what happened, and if there's any connection to Shellen.
You know, that's not a bad lead. So we're... Judgment of the Gods. The Order of Prisms are slandering us. Okay, that's bad. That's bad. You know what? We can't be a place where artists aren't allowed to do art. Prometheus would not allow that, so we gotta go and talk to Valerie. So once again, we step outside. It's been a week since we stepped outside. The sun is blinding. Or would be if I didn't have the visor. Wait, who are you?
Hellknights are not the most courteous guests, are they? And the Hellknights from the Order of the Rack are the vilest of them all.
A tan-skinned half-elf with green eyes looks at you respectfully, with a smile on his face.
My name is Darwin.
Darwin? The rebellious murderer Linja was searching for?
Yes, I'm a rebel, a murderer, a pirate, a renegade, a smuggler, and I have lots of other scary titles.
The half-elf laughs silently, but watches you closely at the same time.
If you listen to Linja, I'm an evil incarnate, baby eater, your worst nightmare come true. If the end of time should ever come, I will be because of me, and me alone.
Davrin utters a sad sigh.
Of course, all Lynch's accusations are false. As to say, they're not entirely true. It's true I'm involved in the story, but my sins are not so great as they are thought to be.
Alright, tell me your story.
It's so long, I don't even know where to begin.
He grins.
Although, I guess you're only interested in the things I've been accused of. I did in fact kill a Chillish noble, and I participated in a rebellion, but all this happened by total accident. I was captain of a ship that sailed the inner sea. We traded with those who were stronger than us and raided those who were weaker. Just regular life for a man in my profession. One day we stopped at one of Cheliax's ports, and that's when it all started. I caught sight of a certain Chelish noble who for a long time had number one on my kill on sight list, so I challenged him to a duel. It was too stupid to refuse. I dispatched him, and only then to learn that he was a distant relative of Cheliax's crown prince, and besides that, a lord of the surrounding lands. And of course, no one in the area was all that fond of him. After his death, a rebellion broke out, and that's nothing new for Cheliax. As his accidental killer, I was named the rebellion's leader, but I assure you, I fled the first moment I could. Leapt upon my ship and set sail. A month later, I found I'd become the main reason for a great tragedy, and the enemy of the Chelish people.
Wow. So what did the Chelish noble to make you so angry?
Once long ago, long before all this rebellion nonsense, I used to be a simple sailor who served in a Taldarin merchant fleet. Good old times.
He squints dreamily, continuing to watch you closely from under his half-closed eyelids.
A blazing sun overhead, the salty taste on your lips, the squawk of seagulls calling you forward, ropes squeaking in a storm, you fight against the sea itself, winning in the end, of course. And of course, in my land of the horizon, you know that tonight you'll have a mug of rum in one hand and a smiling girl to share it with.
He gives you a sly smile.
But all that came to an end once a certain Chelish noble decided that he liked our goods, or he didn't like our fleet. I survived the battle, barely, clinging to a piece of driftwood lost in the open sea like me. I swore I'd have my revenge, so I decided to become a pirate myself, a pirate captain, as needs be. You can't always get what you want, you know, unless you're me.
Davrin gives you a smug smile. I'm getting a little bit tired of this, man. What do you want from me, Darvin?
I'm glad you asked. I have so much to offer. You see, I'm rich, and I don't mind sharing my riches with those who can help me with my troubles. Lydia, on the other hand, will give you nothing. I doubt she'll even say thank you. I know where Lynch has set up her temporary camp. It's a secluded lodge on the edge of the southern Nar marshes. Go there, convince her to stop chasing me. Order her, kill her if need be. It shouldn't be difficult. So what do you say? Do we have a deal?
You figured you'd buy me?
Why not? Everything and everyone has a price. It's just a matter of negotiation.
So how much do I cost by your estimations?
That's a fine question. I suppose 10,000 gold coins will be a satisfactory amount for you.
I'm gonna try and milk this guy for everything he's got. 20,000. I won't take any less than that. Darvin forces himself to smile.
Oh, if only my situation weren't so critical. But I accept your terms. So, do we have a deal?
I have no wish to fight with Lynchia.
Perhaps you'll manage to convince her to leave peacefully, though I won't count on that.
Well, I did just spend a lot of money to upgrade a fortress. Deal, I'll help you.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Darvin's smile remains as smug as before, but you feel a hint of relief behind it.
Please, deal with Lynchia as soon as possible. I'll find you after you resolve the situation.
Can I talk to him some more? No, he just kind of fades out of existence. Huh. Okay, sure.
That is not far.
Alright, anyway, I stepped outside in order to talk to Valerie, not that guy. Doesn't take me too long to get up here. Valerie nods at you cordially. Glad to see you. How are things with the storyteller and Lindsay? Valerie smiles softly. It's amazing, but they seem not to feel insulted by my rash words. But of course, I delivered all due apologies. I hear you received an unpleasant letter lately. Let me guess, from Lindsay, right? She keeps picking her nose into other people's business. Valerie lowers her head, sadly. Forgive me, Prometheus. I was hoping I'd manage this without your help this time, which is why I didn't tell you. A while ago, I received a letter from the new Temple of Shellen on the outskirts of Pitax, from a paladin of the Order of Prisms. This time, they're not demanding that I return to the Order. Instead, they want me to go there and submit to a great divine trial, an answer for all my transgressions in front of Shellen's worthy servants. She scoffs in indignation. Of course, I tore up the letter and tried to forget about it, but now they've begun to plot against the entire kingdom. Maybe if I do go there, I'll be able to convince them to leave us alone. Who knows, maybe it would be for the best if I appear for this trial. She doesn't notice herself raising her hand and touching her scar. Why is it you never just talk to me? I have to pry everything out of you. Valerie blushes with shame. Please accept my humble apologies, Prometheus. Every time I encounter a problem, I think it's in my power to handle it on my own, and that I cannot keep distracting you from running your kingdom. But time and again, I find I must rely on my friends. I promise I will not keep anything back from you again. Alright, let's go there together and get to the bottom of this. Thank you. I'm ready to go to the Temple of Prisms as soon as you have the time. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing.
As it should be.
Alright. Guess we're leaving. So we have two problems that we're dealing with right now. We have the Judgment of the Gods, where we have to go to some new Temple of Shellen. It'd be nice to see what they look like. And we also have to deal with... where's that other one? I guess the other one's a Kingdom Quest, isn't it? Errands? What was that one called? Something about a devil? Huh, I'm not seeing it on my list. Alright, don't we also have that ancient curse to deal with? I did say it in 2 weeks, though. Alright. Yep, every citizen's like, hail the king, me the king himself, what a lucky citizen I am. And then they're still stuck here, fidgeting. Let's see, who do I want to bring with me? Okay, I have to bring you. I want to bring someone strong. I brought her enough lately. And let's go with you. Yeah, this looks like a good party. This looks like a good party. I might need some time to set them up. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, so where exactly do I need to go? I think he said something about the lodge. Alright, so we do have to go there. Oh, something's up. Lindsay, yep, we did that. Order of Prism's condemnation. Oh, good. Yeah, we do gotta deal with that, and we do gotta deal with that. So 2 pressing blue quality matters. Do we gotta deal with this yet? No, not quite yet. Soon, but not yet. If I didn't have teleportation magic, I probably wouldn't have time to do all this in a very quick matter. Okay, this is actually kind of close over here. But I feel like I have more time to deal with Valerie's problem than I do to deal with the other problem. Let's rearrange the party to make sure our melees are up front. Okay, get me in the middle. Okay, let's teleport to the Shambling Steps Village. Let's see, that's in... I'm really bad at reading this list. South Nile Marshes. Darnell Marshes? No, that's not it. Here we go. Yeah. It's the very first option at list. Good job, Bolt. Alright, let's get down here. Spotted the enemies. Let's fight them. I do enjoy a good random encounter.
Time for fun.
Let's see. Where are we fighting? Manticores? I think we can just auto-battle this. Yeah. Copy the loot.
In due time.
Doing that, we got a grand total of 90 experience. And that cost me barely any resources. Okay, before I go in, I'm going to drop another quick save. Because why not? King, how did you get here? Who told you about this place? I demand answers. Tell me more about the investigation. Lindsay shrugs. We've interrogated the capital's population, but no one proved to have any solid clues. Now we move our investigation to the neighboring villages. I'll find Darwin, wherever it takes. Today, tomorrow, in a week, or in a year. He won't escape me. But you never answered my question. How did you get here? Darwin told me where to look for you. What? Linja's hand twitches towards her sword and freezes as hilt. How did this happen? When? Where is he now? He asked me to get rid of you. You should have executed the criminal, not engaged in conversation. It was your duty as ruler of these lands. Or do you have something to hide? I think I'll just have to sort it out personally. Hellknights to battle! Okay, she just immediately jumped to a conclusion. I've only told her a truth up until now. I did not threaten her. I was giving her a truth. I would have liked to have come to a peaceful resolution and worked with her against Darwin. However, she's hot-tempered, and so this is the way it's ending. And he just teleports behind her, nothing personnel kid, and just stab. I hate this character.
Great job, my friend. I doubt anyone else could have managed to distract Linja for so long. Now all that's left is to finish her off.
Treason. To battle, Hellknights. Keep Darwin alive, but kill all the rest. Alright. Well, if that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be. How about some earth? You know what? Just all of you. I'm sick of all of you. Let's hit Darwin too. Okay, so we're going to go for this one because all the rest of them have to try and get up.
I grant you death.
Okay, he's down. Well done, Ekin. Gave himself greater invisibility, so he's not targeted anymore. Fine. Let's have Dog go over here. Trips it. He gets an attack of opportunity. Hits with his massive sneak attacks. Of course, he's an arcane trickster. Let's see. I want to buff the party up with haste. So let's go with good old haste. And now we have the move speed to be able to possibly get into melee, but have you go down here. We have a lot of people. We have a lot of enemy people to try and deal with. Do I want to try and buff up a little bit more? No, I think we got this. I'm really worried about getting stuck in melee, though.
Repent.
Yep, yeah, that was what I was afraid of. Well. Let's just... Nope, I cannot seem to fire it in such a way that... You know, why do I care about it? Just do this. Damn, this is not the end. Hellknights cover my back. More of them. Oh, okay. Sure. They cast haste on themselves. They cast haste on themselves over there. Yeah, they got harem a little bit. Alright, I need to get Valerie down here.
Let us strike as one.
Oh good, I got him flat-footed, so I got sneak attack damage. Great. One of them goes down, we get a couple of intimidates. Scorching rays, good. Yeah, I'm not really worried about all those guys up there anymore. Let's go for all these down here. How about a nice eruption? Can I get as many as I can? Very good. Has to spend part of their turn getting up, so they can't take advantage of a full attack. Love that for me. Yeah, let's go for the ones in the back.
Cannot hide from me.
Another one down.
No strength wasted.
They gotta spend their turns getting up. If that one really wants to get at me. Yeah, how about no? Can we just not? Yeah. Thanks, Hawkpo. Alright, you are in melee with something. Excellent. Alright, you gotta get up, you gotta get out of the rocks. Okay, let's blast with Sonic here. Looks like there's only 2 left. Cast shield, and he's not moving. Good for you.
Do not falter.
Light sneak attack. And another 2 attacks of opportunity. Great. Looks like Darwin is struggling a little bit. He deserves it. Darwin turns to you and graces you with a shining smile.
I thank you for your help. Without you, I'd never have been able to deal with this fanatic. I hope you'll forgive me for a little show I took the liberty of putting on. After all, the results weren't bad, wouldn't you agree? Anyhow, it seems I owe you an explanation. Again, as we begin to become a habit. Habit well forth again. Please accept this modest reward. You've earned every bit of it.
Well, we got 20,000 money. That does kind of soften the dent I put in trying to build that fortress. I don't need your money.
But it's yours.
Dapper shrugs dismissively.
Give it to the poor, throw it away, dump it in the river. You really can't be bothered.
You set me up. Now Lydia thinks we're accomplices.
I regret if I caused you any discomfort. I hope that sound of golden coins jingling in your purse will help you forget this unfortunate and uncomfortable episode.
Valerie folds her hands across her chest. I cannot say which is worse. The lies and manipulation, or the sincere belief that this righteous wrath they cause can be bought off.
You shouldn't swing your purse around like that, handsome. Well, what's keeping us from just taking you out in the first in the name of good, and just robbing you? It'll be a bitter misunderstanding indeed.
Explain yourself. I'm listening.
Do you remember the whole story I told you earlier, right? About the duel with the Chelish noble and the rebellion which followed his death? You see, that whole story has one little additional piece. Well, not so little, to be precise.
He grins.
His name is Mammon, and he's one of the Archdevils, the Ardent Prince, or so I've been told. He's made a pact with me, and I'm having trouble upholding my side of the bargain, and his patience is growing thinner by the day. That Chelish noble had a pact with Mammon too, which I expect is commonplace for Chelish nobility, and the noble was in no hurry to fulfill his end of the deal either. By killing him, I earned Mammon's gratitude, and he offered me a similar pact. A handsome sum of gold, and my Chelish dream come true, as we promised. So, how could I say no?
Remind me, how did you make a pact with Mammon?
You remember the whole story I told you earlier, right? About the duel with...
It seems like that's the same exact thing. Okay. So what's the point of your pact with Mammon?
I'm to become a king. No more, no less.
Davern grins, but this time his grin is joyless.
The subjects of my kingdom are supposed to worship Mammon as their official deity and pay taxes to his temples. It's not so difficult a task, I suppose, especially if all you have is enough money. The only problem is Lyncia. The moment I lay my kingdom's first cornerstone, I'll become an easy target. She'll instantly find me and probably introduce me to all the torture devices. However, I fear that soon I'll have to take any risk to establish my kingdom nevertheless. Mammon is growing restless, and in the end I was rather risk facing Lyncia than challenging him.
So this means you want to become a king.
Oh yes, it was my dream ever since I was sailing the inner sea as part of the Taldarin merchant fleet. I even came up with a name for my kingdom, Brineheart. Ah, fond memories of those careless times when I had neither crazy zealots nor offended archdevils chasing me.
What do you want from me?
Help me get rid of Linja, once and for all, of course. Your help will be amply rewarded. I can be very grateful.
Alright, well... Alright. I'll take your deal. For now.
Excellent. In that case, I'll establish my capital immediately. It will be a thriving trade hub, and the king will count himself in your debt. You won't be disappointed. You have my word on that. And I always keep my promises. I hope the same can be said about you.
He smiles disarmingly. Well,
Command me.
alright, let's put more rocks over in this corner. So we can go around to loot these bodies. Wait, hold on, what's that? Steel helm! A simple helmet for wearing or selling. A merchant will pay well for it. Only 25 gold, weighs 4 pounds. It's kind of worthless, but I guess it gives them their unique looks. Like, I guess it's kind of intimidating. Hey, Doomer, how you doing?
Yes?
I see you've had some Hellknights as guests. Doomer waves dismissively.
Ah, blast us nuts back to hell. They scare simple folk away just sitting there. Good thing you've shown them what's what.
Alright, I'd like to see your wares. Let's get rid of this junk. So they all had full plate. Including one set of full plate that wasn't magic for some reason. And they all had heavy shields. Let's see. And they all had long swords from the looks of it. Except for one long spear. I'm going to keep the spear. They had their cloaks of resistance +1. One headband of its wisdom +2. I don't know if that's worth keeping at this level. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. 14,000 gold for that fight? Yeah, sure, why not? So in total we made 34,000 today. Not bad. Not a bad deal. Sorry to leave her with a mess. Well, that's settled. I think we don't have to worry about Linja pestering anybody anymore. Yeah, she's not interrogating my people anymore. She does have to regroup after that terrible loss. So pointless. Let's head back over here. Hold on. Did I ever get this? No. Let's take a brief detour. How do I get that? Drop a little quick save first, just to be sure. Do I come out from this way? No, I want that time back. This way. Yeah, sure.
My strength betrays me.
Ragongar. We'll get that eventually. What's coming up on this? Jathal has news. We're busy right now. We'll come back to that.
More strength fades.
Alright, they're fatigued. They're not exhausted. There's a difference. Let's teleport over to, Glenshire? Glenshire. Alright. So I'm going to try and get over towards the Temple of Shellen.
We should gather our strength.
Wicked Hill. I'd like to get there one day, but it is firmly set in Patax. So I cannot get there. I cannot get there. The border guard will turn me around. Rocks. Another thing. But first we go to the Temple of Shellen.
Time to search for the spot
Why
to
don't
rest.
we set up
Alright,
camp?
everybody is tired. We can fix that.
Any fun to be had?
Alright, Ragungar, I want you to cast haste. I want you to cast Bless. And I will cast a Soothing Performance. Excellent.
Praise Shellen.
Yep, we're definitely in place. Okay, they're assembled. There's Shellen's holy symbol in the middle there. Good.
All according to plan.
Paladins of Shellen. Take a look around before we talk to any NPC. Ooh, a box. Long spear +3. That'll be good if I need a reach weapon suddenly.
In
Take a
due
look
time.
around, take stock of everything. Paladins of Sheldon, Priests of Sheldon. Look at this temple. What proportions, what harmony. It truly was built by a genius. We have Freder over here. We've been expecting you and Valerie. Please inform the priest of your arrival. Peace and beauty await you at Sheldon's temples. Stay for at least a little while, and feel the grace of the eternal rose. Don't take your time. Priest Laird must begin the ritual.
Praise Shellen.
And we have Elwood over here. The priest seems eager to speak with you. Alright, let's talk with the priest then. One more quick save, why not? Can't hurt. A white-haired priest looks at you over his glasses.
Look who's here. King Prometheus. My respects. And I see you have brought company.
The paladin wearing armor strikes his open palm against his fist. Finally, a woman balancing on the edge of excommunication, and you're sluggish, Valerie. Valerie slowly turns her head towards the paladin and gives him an icy look.
I'm never in a hurry to meet those who would seek petty revenge upon the innocent for another's alleged transgressions.
Ha! That's the spirit. If the conversation keeps up like this, a fight will be on.
Please, everyone be calm. Let's not hurry into accusations and hasty decisions. In the end, we're in a sacred place. Arguments under revolting are unacceptable.
Who are you?
My name is Leyren. I'm a priest of Shellen and leader of the local congregation. For now, at least, until my place is taken by a permanent priest from the Order of Prisms. For now, I am a spiritual advisor and mentor in respect of Hagen and his people, Paladins of Sheldon who require the advice of more experienced devotees.
What is this place?
The Temple of Lenses is a new abbey for one of the Orders of Shellen.
The priest looks up at the vaulting in admiration.
A beautiful architectural masterpiece, isn't it? Such a sophisticated building will make a splendid home for the Order of Prisms.
Harem looks around and up. The dwarf mindlessly thrusts his hand to his beard and tugs at, mumbling something fiercely. Yeah, no love for Shellen amongst my current party. Which of you is behind the dirty rumors about my kingdom? We say the truth, and you call it a dirty rumor. We're protectors of Shellen and all who call her a patron. It's ridiculous to hear the charges of slander from one who has befriended a viper. Your friend blackens the name of a goddess herself.
I will pass unremarked and vaguely veiled insults. In the end, I have the doubtful honor of taking a coward who can only throw around empty words and ungrounded accusations. You're too spineless to meet me face to face and make your claims in person. That's why you prefer to strike on the sly. Please calm down. Although I do not approve of the methods of the respected Hagen, I will not tolerate jokes at the expense of a paladin of Shellen in her very temple.
I see there's a whole company here. Evold bows his head in a refined manner. My respects, King. I came at the special invitation of Sir Hagen. How could I refuse a paladin, my beloved patron? My respects to you and you, Valerie. Frederos Senate nods at you and looks at Valerie. Seeing the scar, he purses his lips and shakes his head sorrowfully. I heard about what happened to you, but seeing it with my own eyes is unbearable. Believe me, I never wanted this. To be honest, I don't even remember striking the blow. A wrinkle on Valerie's forehead softens.
We settled our arguments in battle, Fredero. As for the scar, I've been wearing my wound for a long time.
They were just inside, I see. I don't have the slightest desire to meddle in the affairs of Shell and their followers. I demand only one thing. Stop slandering me and my subjects.
As long as Valerie's in your lands, no creator who crosses into your borders can feel safe. We heard how much she despises everyone who is capable of creating anything beautiful, and we're not going to keep silent about it. Of course, she could repent for her transgressions voluntarily and beg the goddess for mercy.
I try to forget everything that struck into my head in the order, but I remember one thing for certain. Shellen is not revengeful or stern. I don't believe your words, Paladin. You're right, Valerie. Our goddess is not stern with those who misstep, which is why you need not fear the divine trial. Its name is just an old tradition.
Valerie looks down, an expression that could be taken for abashment freezes on her face. What trial are you talking about? Laren folds his hands.
A divine trial is a special ritual carried out by followers of the god for someone who has lapsed in their faith. It is not well known, but it's used on those for whom there's still hope, for returning to the church, or at least for making peace.
Making peace indeed. Valerie, who rejected my lady, would not count on being coddled.
What exactly is Valerie accused of?
A persistent disrespect and insolence towards Shellen's order and the goddess herself. The Order of the Eternal Rose disowns this woman, but we, the Order of Prisms, will finish what was started. If Valerie refuses to repent, she shall suffer punishment.
If Shellen's newest order appears every time another one stops persecuting me, my disrespect for your goddess will only grow. You are creating the very thing that you so diligently fight, but are incapable of understanding this.
Maybe this trial will bring you peace? Or maybe it'll at least get him off your back. Valerie keeps silent for a few moments and then takes a deep breath.
Very well. I will endure this trial if it helps you put an end to all this. Thank you for agreeing, Valerie. Let's begin.
Everyone gets shuffled into a new location. Valerie is forced to step forward.
Sheldon's divine trial has commenced. May she be merciful to the lost and confused. It is time to listen to all sides and decide what fate awaits Valerie. Today, under the vaulting of the Temple of Prisms, we, followers of the goddess, will give you, Valerie, a chance to redeem yourself in the eyes of Shellen, and...
Enough, Laren. Everyone present knows she doesn't deserve redemption. She lost the right to forgiveness the day she rejected Shellen's grace.
Frederick City clears his throat to attract everyone's attention. I didn't come here to stand silent like an idiot. While I challenged Valerie to a duel, she agreed. We fought according to all rules, and all argument was settled. Think what you will of Valerie, but at least she showed me some respect. You didn't follow Frederick Shellen's Paladin, or after his duel with Valerie. Didn't follow. Huh, okay.
I never wanted to insult anyone. All I dreamed of, was to choose my own way.
Yeah, let's see. We could do a very difficult diplomacy check, but I don't think I want to do that because all that'll do is make her look bad. Let's do the easier diplomacy check. Everyone can choose their own path. You and Fredero follow Shellen's faith, and Valerie has turned away from it. That doesn't mean you can interfere with her life. That also honestly sounds the most like Prometheus. This may surprise you, but I agree with you. Once my blood cooled, I started to realize that my complaints about Valerie were a little excessive.
Enough about Fredero. We don't have that much time, and Valerie gives us much to consider. Allowing her to master the Order of the Eternal Rose, she's always been noble and merciful. Stories from valor she showed in Brevoy spread far beyond the border. How many did the fearless warriors save from the fire of Jamandi Aldori's house? They and many others owe their lives to her. I only did what I had to. No more, no less.
All those who killed Sense, or what are you talking about? No, like, both of these hurt us, and I'm not chaotic, so I can't do that. So in this particular situation, I'm just going to keep quiet.
So much smugness in her words, so much pride.
Valerie closes her eyes in irritation and swallows heavily. You feel she is about to scream. Ah, so we're also managing her anger in this. Okay.
Enough. I'm tired of this endless babble. I shall prove that Valerie is a capricious and dishonorable woman that has twisted her life in pursuit of a single goal, to harm everyone that is precious to Shellen. I have a reliable witness who can confirm my statement. I present Sir Evald.
Evald rocks his heels pensively.
Well, Sir Hagen, actually Valerie did express her apologies for all the inconvenience she caused. Why would I be if I started digging up the past?
We could call him spineless about it to force him to, like, go against her, but you know what? I think I'm gonna keep quiet again.
Thank you, Evald. I'm not surprised by this news. Valerie would never stoop to behaving like a shrill stallkeeper.
Valerie raises her head to take a deep breath, as if awakening from a deep sleep. She looks at the temple's decorations and raises her hand.
I've stood here listening to your arguments long enough. Now it's my turn to speak. My departure from the Order of the Eternal Rose was not an insult to Shellen or her followers. All I wanted was to devote my life to what's important to me. The goddess's followers never gave me a single chance to walk away with my own life's path. Do I value art? No. Am I ready to serve it? No. Do I respect those who have brought so much trouble to me and the king? No. But there are some of you, like me, who dream of just one thing, to carry out your chosen duty.
Valerie turns to Larian and lowers her head.
If all servants of Sheldon were like you, my parting from the Order could have been much more peaceful. Maybe I don't deserve forgiveness in the eyes of Shellen. Maybe fanatics like Sir Hegand will be happier to see me in the noose. But I see now that one shouldn't laugh at another's way just because one doesn't understand or share it. But now, speaking openly before you, my conscience is definitely clear. And if you wish to judge me for the fact that my opinion is different than yours, the divine trial is over. Shellen has made her decision. About what? How? She touches her face. The scar! It's gone!
Yeah, her portrait changed! Hegand, white as a sheet, points at Valerie with a trembling hand. But why?
Laren smiles softly, looking at Valerie. Look at her, my friend. She is proud, but who could expect otherwise from a creature with such amazing beauty? Now, as Shellen's light fills Valerie's soul, the child is filled with renewed radiance. The thorn that pricked at her has been burned away. The goddess shows Valerie a way to the source of light and beauty.
No! Hagen pulls his weapon out and shakes it in the air, rolling his bloodshot eyes. The witch has deceived Shellen. Only I know the will of my goddess. Death to Valerie! Okay. What? Death to the renegade! What? Hold on. Oh, what? Paladin. Fighter. Hold on, where's Hagen? Fighter. Oh! Oh, they just lost all their paladin levels! Oh, they went against the will of their goddess, and so they lost their paladin levels! Oh, that's kind of hilarious. Alright, well, we can't have that, so... Gotta get you off the priest. He's down? Oh, there was another one down there. I didn't even see that one.
What are you doing? Stay your hand! Do not anger Shellen!
And it looks like Evald is just going to run away. We are still buffed with haste. I think there was another one over here. Yeah, let's get over here. Yeah, we gotta save this priest over here.
Let us strike as one.
Oh, they summon. Oh, they summon wolves. That's really gonna clog up the battlefield. Alright, let's get you into melee so Valerie has someone to flank with. That's insane! I won't let you kill them, brother! Alright, well, I don't really think I need to sing, but... Yeah, let's just shoot the bow.
Should do it.
Good thing we're targeting touch. Otherwise, all that armor might have stopped any of those arrows. Alright, you can go and help over here. He's down. More summons? Oh no. Yet more wolves. Even more wolves. You provoked an attack of opportunity by summoning wolves. Divine favor, sure. They had to double move in. I think... Yeah, let's get this one. Oh, another priest over there hiding in the corner. Oh, even more of them. Oh no! We lost a priest. I couldn't get over and save him in time. Can't save them all.
Cannot hide from me.
One down. We're not in range to be able to continue that shot. Okay. We do have Harem over here helping us flank. So our sneak attacks are vicious. Even more wolves? We don't need that many wolves. There's only one guy left.
Repent.
Valerie is panting and wiping the sweat from her forehead. This is it. Finally. Valerie turns to Larian and looks at him expectantly.
I think it's obvious to everyone here that they ought to attack. That bloodshed is always a heavy burden on the shoulders of Selen's followers.
Larian shakes his head sadly.
Forgive them, Valerie. Blind faith clouded their judgment and pushed them towards violence, desecrating this holy place. Selen's light will not soon return to this vaulting.
Fredero puts away his weapon, looking sour. But we will do everything in our power to wash away this disgrace. On behalf of the Order of the Eternal Rose, I offer to you, Valerie, and you, your Highness, my sincerest apologies. The Order of Prisms is young, and too zealous in their judgments and events of science.
There's nothing else for us to do here, Prometheus. If you don't mind, I'd like to be done with the place.
So your scar was sent by Shellen herself. Valerie lingers, biting her lip.
Possibly. Probably. I don't know. Anyway, I must have done something that made Shellen take it back.
The girl shakes her head.
I don't want to think about it. I need some air to clear my head. Let's talk later.
Alright, let's loot all the bodies. We sure did kill a bunch of paladins. Tower shields, half plate, and masterwork longswords aplenty. Not as good as fighting Hellknights, I guess. But loot's loot. All the summoned direwolves will go away.
So much blood. What a blow to the local faith.
I'm sorry for what happened here. The massacre was a grievous mistake.
As it should be.
Sometimes there's just no peaceful resolution. And with that, I think we've accomplished a lot today. Some kingdom management, a couple of side quests, a companion quest. And look, we even found more places to go and explore next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to continue to see you watching in the future. Later, Pathfinders.